Good morning. It is Monday, March 18th, 2019, and you're watching Brotherly Love Gaming's Monday Morning Catch-Up. My name is Alex, and today we're going to talk about some gaming news, announcements, and releases you may have missed. Let's start off with maybe the biggest announcement of the week. The Halo Master Chief Collection is coming to PC. If you're unaware, only the first two Halo games ever made it to PC, which means 11 years after first releasing, Halo 3 will finally grace computer screens everywhere, along with Halo 4, ODST, and Reach. The games will come out in stages, and the only release window so far announced is just 2019, but it's exciting news nonetheless. Spence and I went deep into this one on last week's Friday show if you want to check that one out. Sonic Team announced that a new Sonic game is in development. The news came during a panel at South by Southwest, but no other information was given. The last two titles in the series, Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, showed two drastically different directions for the series, so it will be interesting to see which way Sonic Team plans to go. Also in Sonic news, the upcoming kart racer Team Sonic Racing got a new trailer, as well as info on how customization will work in the game. Players will be able to customize their karts with both cosmetics and performance upgrades by earning in-game credits. Personally, in-game credits immediately makes me think of paid microtransactions these days, but we'll see exactly how it plays out. Team Sonic Racing hits all platforms on May 21st. If you can't wait that long for your Sonic Racing fix, Sega has also announced a two-part animated series for the game, called Team Sonic Racing Overdrive, the first of which you can view now. Look for the link in the description. Bandai Namco recently confirmed that Seto Kaiba will be coming to Jump Force, and this week they released some new screenshots of the character in-game. Kaiba comes from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series and has been one of the most requested character additions since Jump Force launched. In some really surprising news, Turtle Rock Studios, the developers behind the original Left 4 Dead, have announced a brand new co-op zombie survival shooter called Back 4 Blood. Now, you may know Left 4 Dead as a Valve game, but it was actually made by Turtle Rock, with Valve buying them in the middle of development and turning them into Valve South. They split from Valve after that game, but it is now a similar development team working on this new game. If you enjoyed Left 4 Dead as much as I did, then this is excellent news. They haven't announced a release window just yet, but they are developing it for PC, PS4, and Xbox One with Warner Bros. Publishing. Hello Games announced a new update to No Man's Sky titled No Man's Sky Beyond. The update promises a new online mode they're calling No Man's Sky Online. The update is scheduled to launch sometime this summer. And that'll do it for announcements, so let's look at some quick headlines. The GDC, the Game Developers Conference, is happening, well, right now, and two big bits of news to look out for are Microsoft's Xbox Live plans and Google's potential game console. So far, we know that Microsoft is looking to bring Xbox Live to other platforms, and the big rumor is that they will be announcing some kind of partnership with Nintendo. Spence and I have talked about this numerous times on the Friday show, so you can go back and check those for more in-depth information. On the Google side, we know that they are doing a big panel and have announced numerous guests, including Amy Hennig from the Uncharted series and Crystal Dynamics, the developers of the Tomb Raider games. Most people are expecting a console announcement of some kind, but for now we don't know if it will be a dedicated console or some kind of streaming box. This news should all break pretty quickly throughout the week, so keep your eyes peeled and maybe follow us on Twitter at BrotherlyLoveG1, where I'll be following the news as it happens. But for something that's already happened, we have a somewhat sad development for the upcoming game Judgment, which I've talked about a lot on this channel numerous times. One of the Japanese voice actors in the game, Pierre Taki, has been arrested for cocaine possession in Japan. Sega almost immediately announced that they would halt Japanese sales of the game, which is already out over there, though no word yet about whether this will affect the US release of the game. One of the selling points is that both English and Japanese voiceover will be included, so we'll have to see if they end up replacing him. He also voices Olaf in Disney's Frozen series, meaning he is currently the Japanese voice of Olaf in Kingdom Hearts 3. For their part, Disney have already announced that they will be recasting him in a future update. Alright, for some quick fun news, my fellow video game history nerds out there will appreciate a video from retro gaming YouTuber Metal Jesus Rocks, in which they uncover a copy of Nintendo World Championships for the NES. This game is considered one of the rarest for the platform, having only been printed for winners of the Nintendo World Championships in 1990. When it turns up for sale, it can easily go for tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, really. The video is a good watch though, so we'll link it down for you to check it out if you're a fan of this kind of thing. Now let's shift over to some games you'll actually be able to get your hands on. The Division 2 launched on PS4, Xbox One, and Windows this past Friday, March 15th. The Tom Clancy shooter currently has a score of 78 on Metacritic. In an 8.5 out of 10 review, Destructoid said it was a, quote, impressive effort with a few noticeable problems holding it back. Won't astound everyone, but it is worth your time and cash. One Piece World Seeker also hit PS4, Xbox One, and Windows on March 15th. The open world adventure game currently has a 70 on Metacritic. In an 8 out of 10 review, Game Informer said, quote, "In terms of open world design, World Seeker isn't an innovator, but it borrows and reimagines familiar mechanics well." For upcoming releases, tomorrow, March 19th, physical collectors can order a physical Switch edition of The Messenger from Special Reserve Games. Special Reserve makes small print physical editions of digital games, similar to limited run games, which I've talked about before. You can order The Messenger through Special Reserve's website, or actually even through limited run games as well. If you haven't played The Messenger, it's kind of like a new take on the Shinobi Ninja Gaiden type of games from the NES era, complete with new pixel art. I like it quite a bit. I have the digital version. I might be picking this one up myself. Lastly, for new releases, the much anticipated Sekiro Shadows Die Twice comes to PS4, Xbox One, and Windows on this Friday, March 22nd. The new game from Software, the developers of Dark Souls and Bloodborne, promises impressive shinobi combat and a twist on a few formulas established in the Souls series. One last thing, we told you before we would follow up on Xbox's games with gold availability. So Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 2, and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance are both now available to download on the service. They'll be available to download until April 15th and March 31st, respectively, so don't wait for your chance to download. Now, I want to hear from you about what games you're playing and what news you are most excited about. What are your thoughts on GDC rumors as the conference picks up? We'd also love to hear what games you're playing, whether it's a new release or something in the backlog. Let's talk about it in the comments. While you're down there, give us a like and subscribe to the channel to see more news, discussions, and gameplay videos. If you find any news this week you would like us to talk about on next week's episode of the Monday Morning Catch-Up, please tweet to @BrotherlyLoveG1 on Twitter with your news tip and the hashtag news. That's going to do it for this week. Until next time, my name is Alex. Now you're all caught up.